All right. So something I've wanted for a long time is a metal cutting saw, and I didn't want an abrasive one. I wanted an actual chop saw with a steel blade. So this is kind of like a miter saw with a normal carbide blade, only this is designed to actually cut steel. And you may have seen these. What are some of the advantages? Well, they cut faster than an abrasive type of saw, and they also cut more accurately if they're set up properly. I had looked at getting a DeWalt version, and I mentioned that I was interested in one of these, and I've been looking, and then I had a birthday, and lo and behold, one of these showed up. So this is the Evolution 14-inch version, metal cutting chop saw, and this has a stamped steel base. So this is, I got it. I'm going to unpackage it and see what we've got. So let's see. Manual. Well, if you're a man, you don't throw that thing right in the trash. Just kidding. All right. Well, let's lift this down to the ground. Good thus far. Here we have the blade. So this is suitable for steel. I believe Evolution actually carries a line of blades, like some are designed for stainless steel, some are for aluminum. So I got to check that out. This is a .094 inch kerf, so 2.4 millimeter. Again, 14-inch. So, oh yeah, there we go. So you got steel, thin steel, aluminum, fiberglass, stainless steel, and wood. You definitely don't want to use that saw, my normal compound miter saw, on steel. I have used it for some aluminum, but even that can tear the blade up over time. So, pretty excited to have one of these. Looks like it was well packaged. Checking it out here. It is fairly heavy. I think they said, what did it weigh? 50 some pounds, I think, something like that. Almost 60 pounds with packaging. Alright, so some features. This is the lockdown over here, right in the back. So swing that around. You can see this right here. Pull that out. Looks like it's got a pretty easy to adjust fence here. And then this is always nice because you can quickly ram it up against the piece, drop that down, and then tighten it up. And similarly, when you want to undo it, pull that back very quickly. Alright, some of the features of the saw. Number one, it's got a little tool storage here, so when you want to change the blade, you got your hex key, and there's a button here you push to lock the arbor so that you can rotate that. And then we will end up mounting the blade here. So put that on there. So we'll keep that out. Again, this is the vise, so you can quickly move it forward and backwards, lock it in, and then tighten up on your workpiece, and then loosen, taking a little bit of tension off, and then you can move this very quickly. Gives you just some guidance here on the size of cuts that you can make. And this locks and unlocks so that you can make some miter cuts. It'd be a curiosity to me to see how square everything is. There's a indicator down there that shows 0 degrees, but you know, could be anywhere in that range. So I'll have to take a look at that. And then depending on what you're cutting, this whole fence, you can take this bolt out back here and move it forward. That way you can actually adjust where this fence is located to get different depth of cut. It gives a little guidance about that. So it goes down pretty easily. So looks like this bottom blade guard moves out of the way pretty well. This is going to move over, be locked in there like that, so it does provide nice protection of the blade, trying to capture, keep things away from you. So spraying in there, kind of return it back to the up position. You know, it feels like it should be pretty durable. I mean, I wouldn't want to take, you know, huge heavy piece of pipe and smash it down on this base, but it seems pretty rigid. It looks like this right here drops down, so if you were, you know, going to cut a pipe or something that you needed that on there to help hold it, right? So that looks like it'll give it some better support. The manual, you know, it's got some guidance here on how to use the saw, how to adjust the fence. Gives just the cutting capacity information. So this spins at 1450 RPM. And let's see, what else we got in here? Polarized plug, general safety. Yeah, wear personal protective equipment, installing the blade, adjusting the rear vise, gives a little bit of operating advice, making a cut. So I've used one of these saws before. My dad has one, and again, they do a nice job. And Milwaukee had made a version as well for a while that I'd used one of those too. All right, let's get the blade installed. So push the button and put this in, loosen it up. Okay, one of those comes off there. Place that back on there. Make sure it's aligned properly. Taking that back up. So I just want to check and make sure. Seems like everything's running pretty true here. And so there is, this can be adjusted as well. It looks like that's a stop. You can see back in there. So you can adjust that up and down if you're trying to just bring the saw down to a certain position. So this is going to hit on there. Very similar to my DeWalt over here, where when that goes down, I can hit that stop, and I was actually making a cut that I needed to use that. So you can do the same thing. On this, now I can make a full depth cut. Okay. It's got a little safety on the trigger. Looks like it's pretty good. All right, so looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Setup did not take that long, 10-15 minutes here. Got the steel cutting blade. Excited to use it. I actually have some angle iron that I need to cut. I'm working on a little project. But right now, this is the setup of it. I think I'm going to make it so that I can move it around. You can permanently mount it, so you can do that if you have a table that you want to use. But for my needs right now, it's going to be a bit of a mobile unit. All right, let's make a quick cut. We've got it tightened down. Vise is tight. See a nice cut there. Get in on that a little closer. All right, test cut looks good. Let's check it for square. Looks good on the square. Thanks for watching.